Hi, my name is Shanley Scott, and I am the CEO and founder of Breathe and Exhale 360. And we are a self care company that just remind women that it's okay to take time for themselves, right? To breathe and exhale, right? And so that is our mission here at Breathe and Exhale 360. And we host an annual self care retreat. And so I am here to share some information about the self care retreat. And depending on when you are watching this, we are actually currently between Black Friday to Cyber Monday. So, Small Business Saturday is included in that. We are offering a 10% off for the retreat. You just have to pay the deposit. 150 is the deposit, and payment plans are available, as well as we do offer a firm and after paid, like those arounds to pay for the entire trip if you choose to do so. So I'm gonna get more into that, but I wanted to share some information about the retreat. And if you are new to our page and you are new to Breathe and Exhale 360, I hope that this message finds you well. I hope that you subscribe. I hope that you sign up and that you come and everything. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comments. I'm happy to respond. I am actually going to do a live information session probably on Monday, which is December 1st. So if you do have questions, once you are able to view this, then you can come with your questions. So, and then I'll probably do some more Q&A and everything such as that. And so, welcome, welcome, welcome. Again, my name is Shanley Scott, and I am the CEO and founder of Breathe and Exhale 360. And so, our upcoming retreat that we are hosting is called the theme is Restful, the Restful Retreat, Self-Care Retreat. So the full title is Breathe and Exhale 360 presents the Restful Self-Care Retreat. But that's a mouthful, right? That's a mouthful. So I just shortened it to Restful Retreat. This past year we did Worthy Retreat and everything. So we host the self-care retreat every year. And so what I'm going to do, I'm going to talk a little bit about the retreat, then answer some of the common questions that I get, and then from there we're going to talk about just some overall general comments that I've received that I just want to address and everything such as that. So again, if you're new here, listen, I am always open and just ready to answer any questions and everything such as that. So please feel free to ask your questions. It's no stupid questions. It's no, oh, I don't know if, and things such as that. Let's ask questions. Let's ask questions because if you're thinking about it, somebody else may be thinking about it as well. And so, first and foremost, I want you to know that I do believe in safety all the way around. So, that is my number one priority when it comes to these retreats. I want to make sure that we are safe. And it is a women's retreat. And so, if you are a woman, you are welcome to come, period. A woman, welcome to come. If you were born a woman, you are welcome to come. And so that's the first and foremost the target audience, right? If you are a guy watching this, right, and you're like, oh, I can't come, no, you cannot come. However, if you know of a woman that is in your life that you feel will benefit from this, then sign her up. Treat her to this retreat, because I promise you, you're not going to be disappointed. I promise you that. Okay, so the retreat. So just to give you some basic information, the retreat is from Thursday to Sunday. Now, I will tell you, when I first hosted the retreat, our very first one in Fredericksburg, I love to say that my very first one. Oh my goodness. I did from Friday to Sunday, and the feedback was like, hey, we need more time. We need more time. So we did Thursday to Sunday, and when we went to Broken Bow, we did Thursday to Sunday, and it really worked out really well. And so the Thursday, you'll arrive. I always tell people to arrive between 3 and 5. We get started around 6. And so it's a travel day, so you can fly in. The retreat this year, the Restful Retreat is being held in Austin, and so you are welcome to fly into Austin. And the only thing that you have to worry about is getting to the retreat. Once you are at the retreat, honey, put down your bags, relax your mind, because it's going to be taken care of. Okay, and so yeah, so you arrived at Thursday, okay, and you're gonna put down your bags and we're gonna relax. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna relax for the whole weekend, okay? Now I know the theme is restful, so please do not think that you're gonna be sleeping the entire time, because rest looks different for everyone, right? And there's so many different spaces of rest. It's technology rest, it's the mental rest, it's our physical body rest. And so it's different areas of rest. So please know that it is not just about sleeping, because you'll have an opportunity if you choose to go to sleep and take a nap. Then yes, you can do that, but don't think that that's what this retreat is going to be all about. And so so it's from Thursday to Sunday, October 15th through the 18th. Okay, so October 15th through the 18th is the retreat. Okay, and so you arrived at Thursday, and if you do arrive a little bit later, that's okay, because we're going to be at the house. It is going to be a luxury house, very nice house. And I am very much particular about that. And so just know I don't disclose where we are going until I only disclose it to the attendees, and then of course the attendees can share it with their loved ones and everything like that. But I only share it with the attendees. That's for number one, our safety. So I don't blast it on the internet and everything such as that. But just know we'll be in Austin. It will be a luxury house. And again, the attendees that receive it they actually receive it closer to the time that we're actually leaving, just to make sure that everybody that is going to be in attendance is getting the information. And so even when you register, that again, it's just a safety precaution. But just know, and you can look at past videos to kind of see the house in the video and everything like that. Again, is very much particular in where we stay. I'm very much particular about that. And so with that being said, just know that only the people that are going to be literally driving or flying to Austin will receive the information. And so that's the Thursday. And then Thursday night, we will be just relaxing, having fun, playing games, and just really just chilling, because I understand that it's a travel day, and depending on where you're traveling from, some people fly in, some people drive in. That could just be a lot. And so I don't try to do too much, so we can again relax and enjoy. Okay. And so it's that. So you have the Thursday. The Friday, we are going to be doing a community service project. So every year we do a community service project, and this year we are going to go to the food bank, and we are going to volunteer at the food bank. Community service is really important to Breathe and Exhale 360. I believe that is a way that we can extend self-care for ourselves in our everyday lives. And so in the past, we've done care baskets for domestic violence survivors, as well as breast cancer patients that are currently going through treatment or that have just came over treatment. and everything such as that. And so we did that. So this year, I usually ask everybody to bring an item and everything. So I'm still on the fence about that because I need to talk with the if I'm going to just ask you to bring a perishable item. Other than that, we will be at the food bank assisting and everything such as that. And so that will be the community service. So we'll be doing that on a Friday. We also are going to be doing something that is native to Austin. I'm very big about doing something that is native to the city that we're in. And to be honest, we may be doing more than one thing because Austin has a lot to offer. And so we may be doing more than one thing. So we may be on a tree, okay? But it's going to be a great time. So we'll be doing that as well on Friday and everything. So the last couple of years when we went to Fredericksburg, we did the winery. Then we went to Broken Bow. We did horseback riding. So Austin is known for nature. Austin is known for live music. Austin is known just for they also are known for wineries as well. But so just know that it's going to be because right now I'm like we got to do two things. We got to do two things. We got to do two things that is known as a staple at Austin. And so we'll be doing that on the Friday. So Friday will be a busy day in the sense of doing the community service as well as doing the Austin native things. Then on Saturday, we will be relaxing. I do have something in store and that I'm still trying to work out and everything like that, but we'll be enjoying the house. Um, you know, Again, this is a nice balance. This retreat is a nice balance between on the go, but then at the same time getting a chance to just relax and breathe and exhale. And then also getting to know the other ladies and everything such as that. So Saturday we will be at the house, just enjoying the house and everything such as that and relaxing and being restful. And then that Saturday night, we'll be doing our farewell dinner. And so our farewell dinner, it is a treat. It is a treat. I always get a private chef to come in and cook for us, do a whole course. We have an appetizer, we have an entree, we have dessert, so 3-course meal and everything. And again, just having just a good old time with one another and having the farewell dinner. We get to dress up. I always tell the ladies dress however you feel comfortable dressing, but dress doll up, you know what I'm saying? Let's doll up. Let's look cute, you know what I'm saying? Let's look cute. That's what the lady said last year. We gonna look cute, right? For our farewell dinner and everything such as that. So we could just again have just a great time and everything such as that. And then on Sunday it's we pack up and we head out. We head out by 10 a.m. We head out by 10 a.m. And so you get to fly back home or drive back home, when it's not too late or anything such as that. You are welcome to, stay in Austin and enjoy Austin a little bit more before you head back. That is completely fine. And so that is up to you. Let me tell you, everything is included. This retreat is an all-inclusive retreat. So once you pay your money, you just have to get to the retreat and then everything is taken care of. So transportation is taken care of once you are there. So the Friday when I talk about that we're going to do community service and we are going to do some things that is native to Austin, that is all done. That is all included in your price for the retreat. Then there is all meals. Let's talk about the food. Everybody, like all meals are included. And so the Thursday, the dinner will be included. The Friday, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Also snacks are included. Saturday, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, the farewell dinner. And again, snacks are included. And then Sunday, it is a grab and go. And let me describe what's a grab and go. So Friday and Saturday, we'll probably be sitting down, having breakfast, having a breakfast that, requires us to sit down and just fellowship with one another and have fun and everything like that. On Sunday, because it is 10 o'clock we have to head out, there's not a time for us to sit and actually have breakfast. And so when I say grab and go, I literally mean grab and go, meaning you could get some fruits, you can get some granola bars, you can get, and so it's those type of items that, again, you're going to grab and you're going to head on out, or you grab your coffee or your tea. And then if you decide to stop somewhere along your way, traveling home for breakfast, that's completely fine. And so that is what the Sunday grab and go is entailing. The other thing that is all that I said, like, is all inclusive, is all the activities. So when I say we're going to be doing things that's native to Austin, as well as on Saturday, the treat that I am thinking about doing, that again is going to be that it will be, again, all included, all the activities that we do, the fun activities that we do, everything from Thursday to Sunday is included. Okay. And I'll let you know ahead of time if for some reason, like, one of the things that I'm thinking about doing, and I'll share with you what some of my thoughts are. It's a boat ride. It's a retro boat ride, that I want us to do. That's native to Austin. Also, there is live music. So I'm locating a restaurant that has live music, so we can go and have dinner. Dinner will be included and everything such as that. And so we can enjoy the live music in Austin, and everything such as that. And so it's things like that. But again, all of that will be included and everything such as that. So I'll let you know if for some reason, like, if after dinner, like if we do go to a restaurant with live music, and we have dinner, and then let's say after dinner we decide to just walk the streets or something like that. I don't know. I'm making something up right now. Then if there's shops, then yes, you are responsible for that, right? And so souvenirs and things such as that, then yes, that is up to you. And so that is so that's what I want to make sure everybody is they understand, as well. If it's like souvenirs or things such as that, then yeah, that's on you. Then we have let me see. I'm trying to make sure I'm reading my notes. It's a time. Let me see. Hold on before I go into any of that. With the activities, a lot of people ask, like, is it a la carte? That's often the question that I get asked. That no, everything is included. It's not a la carte, but I don't want to force you to do something that you don't want to do, right? And so if there is, now it's one thing if you are just wanting to be in the corner and not socializing things such as that, then yeah, I am going to have a conversation with you, and not necessarily, I shouldn't say a conversation like I'm reprimanding you. I'm not I'm not going to reprimand because I'm not your mama. Okay. It's not that, but I want to make sure that you are getting your money's worth, right? And so it's that. But if it's a matter of you are being like fearful about something, or I don't know about this and everything like that, then yes, I do want you to be comfortable and everything such as that. So things such as that. And so but yeah, but it's all included. And then from there, you also get a great gift bag. The gift bag, it comes with our signature sweatshirt that's designed just for this particular retreat. So the sweatshirt, and then a lot of the goodies that go along with it will be Austin theme, as well as Austin theme, as well as the theme. I actually contacted and I have an idea already for so the goodie bags and everything such as that. in Broken Bow, we had the pajama night, and we had purple pajamas, and everybody loved that, right? And so this year we are going to do standard pajamas. So once you register and everything like that, I'm going to get your size, and we're going to get some pajamas that we can be like cute in uniform and everything such as that, because the ladies look so beautiful in all of us and all our purple and everything like that. Now I can't say it's gonna be purple, but it will be nice. And again, just again for this theme and everything such as that, right? And so it's things that will be in that goodie bag that's just gonna pop it out, pop it out, pop it out, pop it out. But you will also get a sweatshirt, because that's one of our signature things that we do. And because of this, the fall season and everything such as that. The other thing that I want to make mention, certain things are unique to a VNE retreat, okay? And I'm sharing it here, and so our welcome is always unique. And so, however, and with that, I partner with the Lord, so I can't even tell you how I'm going to do it this upcoming year for Restful. But every year I do something different for the welcome. Okay. It's a lot of intentionality that goes behind a B&E retreat. I'm very much an intentional person. And so with that, I bring that over to the retreat. And so that's something that is very much different and unique, as well as the goodie bag is different every year. I try not to repeat the same items in the goodie bag. And then it's things that you can use, not just stuff just thrown together. Like, it's things that you can use afterwards, okay? Because again, I'm very much intentional about that. One thing that I do, if you are traveling by yourself and you just can't get one of your girlfriends to come along with you, don't worry, don't worry. I will tell you, this last year, I had one attendee that attended. She didn't know anybody, and she feels so comfortable and everything. And I will tell you this, that I understand that. For a person that loves retreats, I love conferences, I love workshops, I love all those type of things, okay? Because I'm a lifelong student, right? And to me, it doesn't necessarily mean like in a formal schooling. It can mean like I'm just attending workshops or conferences, something that can help advance me, right? Help like even just challenge my thought process and things such as that. I thrive off of that stuff, y'all. And so I'm used to going to events by myself. I really am. And so here recently I started going to conferences with other ladies and everything. And not that I'm opposed to it or anything such as that. I'm just so used to not necessarily having people in my life that be thriving off of this kind of stuff too. And so and so I am used to just going to things by myself. And so I say that to say this. One of the things that I do is that I have Zoom calls to make sure that we are ready, make sure that we are comfortable, make sure that the ladies know one another, because again, we're going to be spending a whole weekend with one another. And so it's important for us to all know each other, and to a certain extent. I'm not asking everybody to be best friends with people or nothing like that. But I would love us to at least bond and just have like good, again, I always tell people positive vibes, good energy, all of those things, because that's what I bring to the table and everything such as that. So I want to make sure that you're comfortable. And she told me that the Zoom calls have made her feel more comfortable because she was traveling by herself and she didn't know anyone, and everything such as that. And so I do keep that in mind. I keep that in mind for the person that is coming by themselves. I keep that in mind for and then I keep in mind for returning attendees, that, hey, I don't want you to come and say, oh, this was the same way last year. Oh, this is the same this year. No. We gonna change it up. The flow may be the same, but we gonna change it up. Okay, we gonna change it up, y'all. So it's one of those things, that I want to make sure that we just again we flow. And so we're gonna have Zoom calls, starting in August into September to get ready for October. And again, October 15th through the 18th, Thursday to Sunday in Austin, Texas, right? Okay, so let me see so let me tell you about some of the common questions that I received. So like I said, we're having it in Austin, Texas. Yes, it's a women's self-care retreat. And I always tell people to show up as their authentic self, right? And so however that may look, right? And so however that may look for you, show up as your authentic self. And the ladies from Broken Bow, because that's where we went last earlier this year in October. They were giving me disclaimers to tell people and everything, and it's really about showing up as your authentic self. I don't judge. And so, however that whatever that may look for you, um do you, right? As long as it's respectful. That's the only thing that I do ask, is that we're all respectful. I try to stay away from anything that could be quote unquote a controversial um topic and everything such as that, because we're here to have a good time, right? And so we can leave all the controversy out in the world. We're here to have a good time and relax and have self-care. So that's the only thing. But I try to monitor the conversation, to, again, let's, and it's lighthearted and everybody is having a great time. That's the goal. That's the goal. So we will, again, safety is my number one priority. So we want to make sure that everybody's security, everything that we save, y'all. We save, okay? The deposit is due at the time of booking. That's how you secure your spot. How much is the deposit? Is 150 is the deposit. And so what is the total amount for the retreat? So single occupancy just means that you have a bed by yourself in your room, and that's 1450. The double occupancy just simply means that you have a bed still to yourself, but you're sharing a room. And so I do make it that every bed you're the only one in the bed. Now, unless you choose to like share a bed because of whatever reason and stuff like that, meaning like you're like, if it's a mom and daughter that's traveling, or just relatives, and it's like, okay, yeah, you come on in my room and stuff like that, or you fall asleep in each other, that's completely fine. But that's what it is. That's really the difference. It's single occupancy, you in a room by yourself. A double occupancy, you in a room with other people, but again, you are the only one in your bed. Okay, nobody sharing beds, unless you choose to. Yes, you can make monthly payments. So payment plans are available. So once you book, and depending on when you're watching this, if I am running some type of discount, then it's no special code. Just as long as you book, and pay your deposit within the certain time frame, then once you pay your deposit within a certain time frame, then you get that discount. Okay. And so just to let you know that, and then after that is every month I'll send you a new invoice, right? And the invoice is done through PayPal. And so you are welcome to, and I have a due date on there, to pay it by the 15th of every month, and everything. But again, you pay as much as little, and I'll break down what's the monthly rate every month. But then it's up to you. I just ask that all monies are paid by September 15th of 2026. So if you want to pay up as much, or pay just half of the monthly payment, however you decide to do it, your finances better than anyone. As long as by September 15th everything is paid, okay? And then you are on your way to the Restful Retreat, okay? So that's how that works. But it comes through PayPal, okay? Like I said, all final payments are due by Tuesday, September 15th of 2026. What can you expect from a self-care retreat? We're gonna have fun. It's all about having fun. It's a relaxing weekend. It's stressful. It's not stressful. I don't want it to be stressful. I really want you to come and relax and enjoy yourself, right? And so And so we're going to get an opportunity to explore Austin. We're going to get an opportunity to have different events, enjoy the nature, have our private dinner with our private chef. It is really, and one thing that I realize about these retreats is that I give women permission to take a pause, and really take care and just really be still for a weekend, for you to just get poured into for the weekend. You get poured into by other attendees. You get poured into by what the events are taking place. You get poured into by me, because I do try to make it a point to sit and have a conversation with everyone, right? And just get to know you just more, and everything. I've gotten to know you through the Zoom calls, but again, just having that one-on-one time, and just or having just a group conversation and everything such as that. So again, it's about having just a great time, and everything, and being okay and saying it's okay for me to take a moment for myself. It's okay to be still for a weekend. Oftentimes we are constantly on the go, as humans. It's not even just a woman thing. I think just as human beings, we're constantly on the go. And so this weekend is intended for you to really take time to say, okay, I am going to take a moment and just be for me and be selfish. And it's okay, because nobody's asking you for anything. If anything, I'm making sure that you are having a great stay, that you are enjoying yourself and everything. So just know that it's about having fun. The airport that you can fly into, Austin has an international airport, and so it's AUS. So then you just have to fly in there and then get an Uber, or some mode of transportation to the location. If you are going on the trip with us, then we can assist with finding you the transportation to come to the location, but then you'll be responsible for that. Okay. What does the trip includes? It includes your lodging. All meals are included. Any activity that we do, the private chef, the great conversation, the workshops, the group activity, game night, the farewell ceremony, the personalized B&E retreat bag, the one-on-one conversation and transportation while visiting Austin. And then again, it's all about having fun, fun, fun. If you do have dietary restrictions and everything, I do have you fill out a registration form. I am currently revamping my registration form. So I am going to be putting some more information on there, but for you to fill that out and then share any dietary restrictions. One thing that I always share with the ladies, like if there is something that you desperately need in for your morning time, if it's like part of your if it's part of your routine, morning, night, whatever the case may be, if you have a particular tea that you like to have, right? Or it's a particular something that you like, right? I tell you to bring that, right? Because I am going to get things for the entire house for the weekend. And yes, you can put it on the sheet, but if you know it is something, or at least send me a message on the side like, hey, if you can try to get this type of tea, this is part of my routine or something. But again, we have to remember, I'm creating an environment for everyone that is attending the retreat. And so if there is something that you are like, this is my routine, I recommend for you to bring it, right? Or at least have the conversation with me to call it out, and everything such as that, so we can discuss it. Okay. But if you do have dietary restrictions, we do take that into account. Especially, I do make sure the chef is aware, as well as the person that's helping me with the meals and everything such as that. Okay. Is the trip refundable? No. So once you pay your deposit, that is secure. I do allow one-time transfer to someone else. So anything that you pay is non-refundable and everything such as that. And so from there, you do allow one transfer. And so it's that. Yes, you can transfer your registration for one time as well. But again, it's non-refundable. If there's a waiting list, if we run out of spots and everything such as that, which right now I'm thinking I may have to activate a waiting list. And so with that being said, just know that, yes, I'll have a waiting list. You can get on the waiting list, and then I will let you know what what that looks like. Um, what time do we? What time should you arrive? Hold on, I lost my train of thought. Okay, yeah. Where would you? Where would we be staying? So, like I said, for security reasons, I only share it with the attendees that are actually going to be going to Austin. What a time! But they get a. But let me share this with you. You do get a picture. You get a picture as well as you get like the link to the house. So you can see the house beforehand. Once you pay once we get more into closer to the time, I start sending out like a 6 months countdown. We do like a 6 months countdown. And so with the 6 months countdown, I do share where you're staying. I just don't give the address. So let me clarify that. I show you where you're staying, but you don't get the address. Unless you are actually heading to Austin with us. Okay, so I want to make sure I clarify that. So it's not like, well, how do I know where I'm staying if I'm staying somewhere? Like, so no, you will see a picture and you get to see all the rooms and all that stuff, right? But it's the address that you don't get privy to until we get closer to time. Um, what attire should we plan for? So Thursday is casual. Travel day is casual. Friday, since it's gonna be casual, and then however you want to look cute, depending on like this boat ride and everything like that. So how you want to dress for the boat ride and everything. So you may want to look a little cute and stuff like that. And then we have the Saturday, we're going to be lounging at the house. So lounge wear, relaxation and everything like that. And then the farewell dinner, you're going to dress up. You're going to look cute. Okay. I'm stealing that from one of my ladies from last year. You're going to look cute. Okay. For the farewell dinner. And then on Sunday, we're traveling and heading out. Then that's your casual things. Okay. Um, When should you arrive on Thursday? Between 3 and 5, we start getting things together around 6 o'clock and everything. So yeah. So I am a certified life coach, and so I do try to spend time going and talking with everybody and just getting to know them better and everything such as that. So you do have that time with me, and that's included as well. What time do we end on Sunday? We end at 10 o'clock, and so it's going to be that grab and go breakfast and head on out. um, I want to attend, but I don't want to do every activity. Like I stated, can I pick the activities I want to participate in the weekend? So, yes, you can, to a certain extent, but just know you are paying for all of it and everything like that. So yeah, again, I'm not going to make you do something that you just completely don't feel comfortable doing, and everything. So, what are some activities we can do after the retreat on Sunday? Listen, it's plenty to do in Austin, Texas. It is so much to do in Austin. You can, it'll, it's gonna, you'll be able to do some stuff. Okay. And then if you have any more questions, then feel free to email info at breatheandexhale360.com. Again, the email, and I'll drop it in the notes section as well. It's info at breatheandexhale360.com that you can send any questions or anything such as that. Like I stated, I will be going live sporadically in our group. We do have a Facebook group called Breathe and Exhale 360 Self-Care and Self-Love Retreat. Not retreat. Breathe and Exhale 360 Self-Care and Self-Love Facebook group. So you are welcome to join it if you are not if you have not joined already, but I'll be announcing when I'm going to be going live there, so you can ask any questions and everything such as that. So it's that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. But yeah, that's what I think. That's everything when it comes to Restful Retreat. It's gonna be a great time. I know it's gonna be a great time and everything. And then I still have some things that's up my sleeve and I'm still trying to work out, but I'm telling you, it's going to be great. It is going to be great, child. It's going to be great. And then so a couple of things I do want to just address, or just, kind of talk about really. So it's a couple of things. Well, really it's only two things. One, a lot of people always ask me, is this a Christian retreat, right? And I really don't know how to answer that question. I'm going to be really honest. I really don't know how to answer that question because I'm a Christian, right? And so if you're asking me if it's associated with the church, the answer is no. I can answer that question quickly and clearly. It's not associated with any church. However, right? And so that's a no. However, I am a woman of faith, right? And so what I tell people is that I bring my faith everywhere, right? If you are, if, and so this is how I describe it. If you are a person that will, that's okay with people saying grace, people talking about God, then come on. But if you have a problem with hearing about God, right, or having grace, right, because after over every meal I say a grace. Before we leave on Sunday, I say a grace, and I am praying for all the attendees before we even get there, right? I have a whole thing that I do just in preparation for the retreat, right? For the attendees and to make sure that everything goes smoothly, right? Because I take it very much seriously. I personally feel that this is my ministry that the Lord has blessed me to be in, and so I take it very much seriously, right? And so I bring my faith everywhere. If you have a problem with just having conversation or people having, because I can't control any of the attendees. So if the attendees decide to have, I'll talk about the Lord. They gonna talk about the Lord because I ask everybody to show up as their authentic self, right? Um, but for me, it may come out in my lesson, right? That I give. I always give a lesson and everything like that. So it's gonna come out in my lesson. It's gonna come out with just normal normal conversation, right? I'm gonna say grace, right? So he is in the weeds of the weekend, right? And so if you don't have a problem with that, come on in, come. I want you. Yes, yes, yes. And even if you're not a believer, I still believe. Let me tell you something, because my God is greater, and so it might be an opportunity for you just so you could be exposed to who he is, right? And not necessarily in a church setting, right? And so I still will welcome you, right? I just ask that you are respectful, right? And just like I'm going to be respectful and everything such as that. Now, with that, right? If you're expecting at the retreat for us to be having Bible study or having praise and worship and things like, I will tell you that unless attendees decide to do that, I don't plan for that, right? I don't plan to have a Bible study. I'm not setting aside time for us to have a Bible study or setting aside time for us to have praise and worship and everything such as that, right? It's nothing wrong with that, right? It's nothing wrong with that, right? But if that's what you're imagining, because I'm a believer, and people tend to put believers in a certain box and expect it, and so no, I'm not. We're not going to have Bible study. We're not going to have like a praise and worship time unless, again, if the attendees decide to do that, then that's on the attendees, right? But what I plan is for us to have fun, for us to have healthy conversation, for us to have just having a good old time, right? And everything such as that. So how that looks is how that looks, right? And so that's what I so when I say I don't really know how to answer that question, if this is a Christian retreat, I'm a Christian. And so with that, I guess it is because because I'm the owner and everything, but it's not affiliated with the church, as well as it's not that we're going to be having Bible study or prayer. Now, there are some attendees that wake up early and do their devotion, and they pray and they have their devotion time, and I welcome that because, like I said, I welcome everybody to show up as their authentic self, and it's nothing wrong with that, right? And so hey, I want to have my devotion, then hey, have your devotion, go on the porch or go somewhere quiet, or you could do it in your room, however you want to do it, to have that moment. That is completely fine, and I welcome that, right? Because I do it, right. And so that's what I mean by when I say I really don't know how to answer when people ask me, is this a Christian retreat? Because I'm a Christian, but I can't say we're going to be having Bible study. I can't say that we're going to be having praise and worship, or I'm going to be doing a sermon, or anybody's going to be doing a sermon, right? I can't say that, right? And so that's what I mean by that, right? And so hopefully you understand that. But I wanted to at least address it. The other thing that, lately I've been getting asked this question, and I'm like, oh man, I really, it's one of those things that I know I'm intentional about it. But I don't necessarily know how it's being perceived either, right? And so one of the questions I keep getting asked about, like, is breathe and exhale just for women of color? And I would say no, it's for women, right? And because when it comes to the heart of it, we are very much more alike than not, right? Now, does that mean that I am very much proud of who I am, a Black woman, and I'm very much proud of that? Then yes. But again, if you have a problem with just being around women of color, then this isn't the retreat for you, because majority of the people that follow me are women of color, and that's just it. I don't have control over that. Like, that's just what it is, right? Maybe they identify with me, right? And so is that. And I welcome every woman, right? But if you have a problem with being around women of color, then this isn't the space for you, right? And there's no hard feelings, right? Because again, I'm open to it. I adore and I welcome all women. So people have asked me that because of, when you look at a lot of my marketing, is a lot of women of color. And so the reason I do that, just to give some little, my just this is just me, this is just Shanna Lee. And with that, it's a couple of things, right? One, I do sometimes use multicultural women in a posting, and everything. So I don't only just use women of color. I do mostly use women of color, but I don't only use women of color. Sometimes I will have an image of multicolor, multiracial women, right? And a couple of things. One, we do still, for some reason, deal with colorism, in the community. So therefore, I'm bringing light that there are beauty in all of the spectrum, the entire spectrum. Number one, and then number two, in regular market media that we see on television, we rarely see women of color. And so I am intentionally deciding to show more women of color in the marketing space, because we can advertise too. We can bring individuals as well to purchase a product and things such as that. And so it's one of those twofold things that I'm hoping that we start normalizing it. But because we've been so trained just to see just other types of women in that space, we think it's something I when it's us in the marketing space, right? And so I try to normalize it. I try to do my little part, right? And so one thing about Breathe and Exhale 360, and very much when you get to know me as Shanna Lee, is that I'm very much intentional about everything that I do. I don't just do things haphazardly. I really don't. And so I see that that is an issue in the marketing media space. And granted, I don't have the dollars like these big companies and everything such as that, but I can do my part. And my part is normalizing that we start seeing people or seeing women in general that look like me, look like you, look like, just look like us, right? That is beauty in all spectrums in all spaces. And so with that being said, I am so Breathe and Exhale 360 isn't just for Black women or anything. It's for women. And so if you are a woman that is of faith, because at the end of the day, I'm a firm believer you that we're the same, right? We're in the same in some general cases, right? If you are, and not in all cases, but in some cases, we're very much the same, right? If you are a woman that is single, you deal with the same thing that another woman that's single is dealing with, right? If you are a woman that is married and trying to conceive, to have children, and having to deal with that, that's across the board, right? And then now there are some things that we can talk about, certain things in certain communities and things such as that, definitely. And then there is like if you're a woman that's been married and trying to navigate just the wife world, we can all relate to that. Or you're an empty nester, right, and trying to navigate this new space. We can all relate to that, right? And or we could just relate to just life trials and tribulations, right? And so for me, it's about that. It's all about women that, hey, I can relate to you regardless of our skin color. We can find some type of commonality together, and everything. So this is the checkbox. If you want to know if you are the right attendee for for Breathe and Exhale 360. And again, if this is new to you, if I'm new to you and you're like, dang, she talking about all of this, yes, because I like to deal with elephants in the room. That's one thing about me. Let's deal with it. Let's talk about it and everything. And just because it keeps coming up, I said, you know what, let me address this, right? And again, it's not, I'm not, please do not take it like I don't have an attitude or nothing like that. Like, I'm all about like, hey, let's address it, let's talk about it, let's discuss it. And then from there, we can, I feel like then we can move on, because sometimes we either going to agree to disagree or we're going to just agree to like, oh, okay, all right, and that's it. Either way it goes, right? And so if you want to know if you are the right attendee for Breathe and Exhale 360, let me bring it back home. If you want to know if you are the right attendee for the Breathe and Exhale 360 Restful Retreat or any retreat that we ever will have, is number one, that you're open-minded, you are willing to have fun and bring your good vibes. No negative vibes. We don't want no negative vibes. That is not what that is, not that type of party. Positive vibes, okay? You are a believer, or you are okay with hearing about God, right? You are okay with being around women of color. And again, you just want to relax and have fun. Those are really the main. That's really the main thing. If you ready to relax and have fun and forget all the other stuff, 'cause like I said, all the stuff, all the weight of the world, we leave it at the door on Thursday, and we come into this house and we have fun and we bond and we have such a great time with one another, right? And we enjoy the weekend, right? And then on Sunday, when you get back home, I won't even say when Sunday when you leaving. Sunday when you get back home, you can pick back up all the way to the world. But and I pray that you don't actually. I pray that you don't pick back up the way to the world. Let that stay right there. And you do what only you can do and do what's best for you, right? but but I promise you, I just really want you to leave all of that at the door. Let us have fun. Let us have good positive vibes. Let us relax. Let us have a restful weekend. Okay. And then you pick it back up if you choose to when you leave. But I pray that I pray when you leave, you choose not to pick it back up and you realize that this weekend is what you needed and that now you're going to start making changes when you go back home. Cuz that's the goal. That's the goal. All right. And so it was a pleasure doing this information session for you. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. And I am just looking forward to hosting you um, October 15th through the 18th, Thursday through Friday in Austin, Texas. I am super excited to host you. So I look forward to you paying your deposit and getting to know you better as the year goes by. All right. All right. Have a good one. Bye.